Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Google Nest Mini 2nd generation. Some of you may have received this or another similar device for Christmas and are wondering, how can I get the most out of my new Google Assistant powered speaker? Well, in this video, we're going to dive in a little bit. We're going to look at the Nest Mini here. We're going to talk about some of the things that make it unique, what makes it better than the version 1, kind of what Google's improved upon, and we're going to show you some of the things that you can do with your new smart speaker. So let's dive in. Now, as a Google Assistant powered speaker, your Google Nest Mini or your Google Home, whatever it be that you have, is going to act in very much the same way that your phone will, and it's going to interact with your other devices in a very similar manner as your phone. One of the benefits is you don't necessarily have to have your phone on you in order for something like this to work. Placed in a central location in your apartment or in your room, you're able to use the same voice commands even without your phone being on you and do stuff like making a call, setting a reminder, checking the weather, turning your TV on, starting music, even turning your lights on and off, things like this. So let's go ahead and get this thing unboxed and take a look at what we've got inside. Opening up here, we've got our Google Nest Mini inside. Decent size. You can see that's wall mountable. We can easily just put a screw in the wall. We can hang it from that. We have the mic mute, which will turn the mic off. And we also have our power plug. Also along the sides, you will find your capacitive buttons for controlling volume. Digging inside here farther, opening this up, we've got our quick start guide and our power cable. In order to get our Nest Mini set up, we're going to need to plug in power and then make sure you have the Google Home app installed. With Google Home open, we'll get started. We'll select an account. We'll choose our location. You see we've got my Shield already showing up on here. Set up one device. We'll choose Home. Looking for devices. And then it should find our Nest Mini. Alright, with our Nest Mini found, we'll select that. It will connect. You can see our Nest Mini is processing. We got stuff happening. Lights have turned blue. And we're connected. There we go. Alright, making our way through the rest of the setup, we'll go ahead and pick a location. Right now we're just in my bedroom, so we'll go ahead and pick bedroom. When I move out to an apartment, I'll go ahead and probably put it in a more central location. But for now, we'll just select bedroom. We can custom name it. We can choose what Wi-Fi we want it to connect to. Right now we'll just connect it to the home Wi-Fi. Remember password, so it's connecting to Wi-Fi now, which is great. That'll allow us to be able to, connect to the internet. We can get stuff like weather reports. We can stream music and whatnot. We can sync new calendar events up and it'll go to our phone. It'll go to the Shield. So that'll be good. Then we have a few more housekeeping items. We'll get voice match set up. That way it recognizes voice, which really it should have that data already, but we'll just go ahead with it. Alright, so now that we've finished with the voice match, we've got personal results for our voice. We'll go ahead and agree. We'll go ahead and pick voice 2 for now, enter address. We've got our address, go ahead and select that. Link music services. Looks like everything should be good. YouTube music set up, Google Play music set up, so that's good. We don't use Spotify or Pandora, so I'm not going to worry about those. You can also do Deezer. Not familiar with that. Default music service. We'll go ahead and set it for Google Play Music because I use that more. That's where my playlists are currently. We don't have radio service, video services, so currently none of those. There's probably more that'll work, but we've got stuff like Netflix, CBS, HBO Now, Stars, Viki. I imagine there's probably more, but that's what it lists right now. Don't have any of those. We don't have Sling right now, so we're not going to worry about that. Get started with voice calls. So this will allow you to use Duo to make voice calls. So you can go ahead and put your number in there. Alright, and with that completes our setup, which really wasn't all that much. I mean, there were a few steps to go through, but at the same time, it's pretty straightforward. It walks you through it pretty easy, not all that complicated. It's got a little bit of a built-in thing here now to let us know how we can control it. So playing and pausing just by tapping on the center of your Nest Mini, it'll start and stop. If your power cord's facing away from you, the right side is volume up, the left side is volume down, and you just tap on the side there. Mic switch, of course, will turn on or off the microphone. So, if it is in a bedroom and you don't want the microphone listening all night, you can go ahead and flip that off so you can have some more privacy.
Hi, I'm your Google Assistant. I'm here to help. To learn a few things you can do, continue in the Google Home app.
But that gets us started. Alright, so right off the bat here, getting this thing set up, one of the things I'm most impressed with is actually the sound that it does put out. Hey Google, what's the current humidity?
The humidity in Mapleton right now is 60%.
That's actually pretty respectable, just how loud it is. So that's actually, so this is at full volume now. Hey Google, what is the weather today?
Today in Mapleton, it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 41 and a low of 20.
So
it's currently 41 and partly cloudy.
Excuse me. So we've got some decent volume out of it.
Alright, Scuse Me by Lizzo. Here it is on Google Play Music. I can't play that specific song, so here's a similar mix on Google Play Music.
So the volume that it puts out is impressive, it is good. So there are a few different things that we can do with it though. So of course we can play music with it. Hey Google, play some Vexento.
Playing Vexento on Google Play Music.
Hey Google, pause music. Probably one of the bummers is that there is no actual 3.5mm jack on the device itself, but it does have Bluetooth. So if you wanted to, you could connect it to a Bluetooth sound system or to a Bluetooth speaker, and well, while that might kind of defeat the purpose of having a smart speaker, it would allow you to get more volume if you have like a home theater system that you wanted to hook it up to that does support Bluetooth. Now of course your smart speaker can do more than that also. If you happen to have other smart devices in your house, it's likely that it can pair with them and control them. For example, lights, your TV, things of this nature. It will be able to connect to those. You can turn on and off different rooms. There are things like you can ask it to play cooking videos on your TV and it'll do cooking videos. If you have multiple speakers throughout the house, you can use the broadcast command and it can send a message to all the other speakers. Maybe it's dinner time, you can say broadcast that it's dinner time, and to those other speakers it will broadcast out dinner is ready. You can also turn on and off fans, just things of this nature. Being the second generation of the Nest Mini, there are a few improvements over the first generation. First generation only had 2 microphones, whereas this one has 3, improving its ability to pick up your voice. It also has slightly better sound quality with a bit deeper bass than the first generation had. The wall mounting is new, and also there's a dedicated chip in it that's supposed to help with the voice recognition. Playing a handful of songs on the speaker, especially some more bass heavy songs, it becomes readily apparent that it's not the greatest speaker in the world. However, you're also probably not buying this to listen to music. You're really buying it for the voice assistant support, being able to ask questions, get answers, being able to figure out, hey Google, how do I bake cookies?
Sure, I've got a recipe called How to Make Chocolate Chip Cookies from the Kitchen. Does that sound good?
That sounds great.
Great. Would you like to start with ingredients or instructions?
Let's start with ingredients.
There are 9 ingredients. You can ask for the next ingredient or skip to the instructions. The first ingredient is 3/4 cup granulated sugar.
Alright, well, we'd be set to get some sugar now. Hey Google, what's the next ingredient?
The second ingredient is 3/4 cup packed brown sugar, light or dark, but we prefer dark.
What's the next ingredient?
1/2 cup 1 stick salted butter, very soft.
So one of the cool things is if you ask again quickly enough, it will recognize that, you're trying to continue that conversation you started, and you don't have to use the hot word again. You don't have to re-trigger Google for it to continue to listen and to supply you with answers. So in that instance, if I just want to quickly list a few of them, I can ask in succession, what's the next ingredient, what's the next ingredient, and it'll keep telling me until it times out again and you'd have to re-trigger it. Rather useful feature if you have a few things, maybe in the morning let's say, that you want to ask it, like about the weather and maybe your traffic commute or something. One of the last things I wanted to comment on is just kind of the design of the Nest Mini itself. Looking at pictures and stuff, it was one of those things I wasn't entirely sure I was sold on the way it looked. It was kind of nice that it has that material look, that it can kind of blend in with things in your house and whatnot. But looking at it up close, it actually kind of reminds me of my sweater material. It is very nice, it is subtle. It does have something of a classy look to it, which means that you can have it among stuff like in your bookshelf maybe, or it can be out on a table, and it doesn't necessarily stand out in an awkward fashion. It is able to blend in and feel like it kind of belongs. Anyhow, that about sums up my thoughts on the device. Hopefully you found it somewhat insightful. We'll see how things go as I continue forward using it, how it responds and everything, and how well I like it over possibly just using my my Shield. If you guys are interested in picking one up, they're available for $50 right now from Best Buy. You might be able to find them on sale for about $35. Because of my purchase of a Google Pixel 4, I was actually able to pick mine up for free. So if you picked up one of those, you may have gotten an email giving you a discount code so you could get one of these also. So check your email. But if not, head over to Best Buy, head over to Amazon. There's different places that you can find them. Pick one up if you feel so inclined. That'll wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. So long.